Spanish bread is a light, fluffy, sweet bread hiding a butter and brown sugar filling. It's simple, but it's so good. And apparently there's nothing Spanish about this bread. It's completely 100% Filipino. Welcome back to this channel where you learn about Filipino food and how to make it with easily accessible ingredients. If you want to learn how to make one Filipino dish a week for 4 weeks, click on the link in the description below. It takes a while to make Spanish bread, so let's get to it. In a large bowl, start with 4½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons salt, 1/3 cup of sugar, and 2 teaspoons instant yeast. Mix all the dry ingredients together. Next, pour in 1 1/4 cup milk. You may need more or less depending on how wet your dough becomes. It is so hard for me to make bread without my KitchenAid now because it just makes everything so much easier. So turn on the mixer and incorporate as much of the milk as you can into the dry ingredients. Next, crack 2 eggs into the mixture. Really, you should be mixing all the wet ingredients together first, but being lazy in this recipe is not too harmful. Mix that all up, and if you notice that your dough is still a bit dry, add a splash of milk. I like my dough to be more wet than dry so that the final bread can be fluffier. Finally, add 1/3 cup of melted butter. Now make sure it's not scorching hot or else it'll kill the yeast. Now all you need to do is set your KitchenAid mixer to medium speed, and here it's speed 4, and then let it knead. It took my mixer about 10 minutes before the dough was ready, and you'll know it's done when the dough stretches out before it breaks. When that's ready, cover the dough and let it rise until doubled in size, which may take about 1 hour or longer. Now while the dough is rising, we'll create the filling. In a medium bowl, we're gonna melt 1/3 cup of butter, just melted enough to be mixed well with the 2/3 cup of brown sugar. Mix these two well until combined, and then pour in 1/3 cup of warm milk. Mix, 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 and then add 1/4 cup of flour. After mixing the flour in, add 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. I'm using these crushed Hawaiian sweet cream crackers as my breadcrumbs. Once you got this all mixed up, set it aside. If your dough is ready and has doubled in size, it's ready to punch down. So lightly flour your work surface and then tip out the dough. Continue to press out as much air as you can. Then just work your dough, put it all together, make it look pretty, and then we're gonna divide this dough as evenly as possible. Roll it into a log, into a ball, whatever you need to do to get to about 20 pieces of dough, all about roughly the same sizes. It really doesn't have to be perfect though. Take pieces of dough and flatten them out into discs. Grab the filling we made earlier and then use a spoon to spread out the filling onto the dough. Make sure you leave some space at the ends so that you can securely pinch the ends of the dough. Once you've completed rolling and pinching the discs, it's time to roll it around on a plate with more breadcrumbs on it. Cover the dough with breadcrumbs on all sides and then place them on a baking sheet. Now repeat this 19 more times. Maybe you can ask someone to help you or end up contemplating why you decided to make this on your own. It's actually not too bad. You get better with each roll. Now once you're done, cover the finished dough rolls with plastic wrap and allow it to puff up for about 30 to 40 minutes. Look how puffy they are. Now they're ready to be baked. Stick these guys in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 20 minutes or until the Spanish breads have beautifully browned. Nothing beats the smell of freshly baked bread, nothing. It does take some work to make the dough and the filling and rolling it all out and waiting, but it's so worth it. Tell me in the comments, are you gonna attempt to make this Spanish bread at home? Maybe for an event or to impress your friends and family? Let me know. Also, I'm repping Tayo News. They sent me, I won 5 free t-shirts from Tayo News, so I promised them that I would wear it on my next recipe video. So here it is. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and across their social channels. It's Tayo_News, and they serve up Filipino content. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe for more Filipino food, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!